Hello, ladies. Hi, everybody. It has been ages. It's a new year. It's 2020, and I know I have been MIA from this page for a good while. I was home in St. Vincent in the Caribbean, and I haven't even been live or anything. And I just came into the house, was about to take off my makeup because obviously I don't like being in makeup. And I remember that to do my live. So I'm wearing my CC Arbonne cream, which I absolutely love. It just gives me such a full cover. And my Peony Arbonne lipstick, which I absolutely love. You guys know that I always wear this lipstick for everything, my special occasions, because I think it fits me so well. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, a wonderful week so far. It's already Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. The days are going by like swoosh so fast. And my hair is growing back, as you can see. I absolutely love it, guys. Do you guys understand how much I love this new cut? It's so pretty. I'm gonna obviously trim it down because it grows up so fast. It's growing so fast. I'm gonna have to trim it down again on the weekend, aka my hubby. Jay trims it down for me. So I wanted to come on live here today, of course, to share with you on my new blog post. And after this, I will go and update my social media and do my posts for Instagram and everything. But I wanted to come on live here first and dig deeper into this, because I feel like if this is a topic where a lot of women are getting hung up with because of several reasons, could be because they're just not accustomed to doing it. It could be because they feel like if they don't have the support to do it. It could be a number of different things, but I wanted to come on here and remind you. So my blog post this week is about how to choose you. That's the topic. How to protect your energy, how to protect your happiness, and of course, how to protect your peace. And I think that is so important for us women, especially us mamas, where everything is just upon us. Hello, thanks for joining me. Who's there? Say hello as always. I love to know when you're on. You're here with me, supporting me, rallying on. I'm not just speaking to myself. Say hello. And yes, I was saying that, we as women, we just go through so much on a daily basis. I know how it is now as a mama. Like, honestly, since I got back, this eye has just been like really red for some reason. So I'm like eye dropping every single time. I don't know why. I know I'm relaxing, I'm taking care of myself, but obviously I don't know what's happening here. So I'm gonna go use my cleanse this weekend coming up, and I'm gonna probably just do some juicing and use some really good fruits and turmeric and stuff like that, and try and clear that up. But what about you guys? What have you guys been up to? What have you guys been doing? As you see on my profile as well, I am starting a new Facebook group for healthy living. Obviously, as a hypnobirthing coach, I'm a huge advocate for living healthy and taking care of your body, both inside and out. And so I want to start that group to help us women to stay happy, to take care of our minds, our bodies, and our soul, right? And in there, I'm going to be going live just as I do here, but I'll be sharing a lot more. I want to speak about some of the products that I'm using with my Arbonne as well, and I want it to be a community for you ladies as well. So if that is something that sounds brilliant to you, I want you to go over to my profile and click the link and join the group, or reach out to me on DM. I'm always just a click away. So let's go to the topic today about how to choose you, how to protect your peace, right? And I was saying before, like, we as women, it is so hard. I know, like, honestly, I'm so happy that Zena started school, because I just get a few minutes to myself. She's got this thing now, like when I'm doing dinner, she's coming in the kitchen and she cries for me to lift her up, and it's just so aggravating, because when I'm doing dinner, I like to put on my Audible book. Right now I am listening to Michelle Obama's Becoming. Ladies, especially ladies of color, as black women, if you have not read Michelle Obama's Becoming, honestly, I've never been one on the Obama's train, even though they're black and everything. I used to follow them, but I wasn't like a huge fan or anything. But I have heard obviously great reviews about this book and stuff like that. And so Audible kept sending me, because I have Amazon Prime, and they keep sending me emails to do the trials and stuff like that. And you can do a trial for absolutely free, and you can get 2 books for free. So I downloaded Becoming and I downloaded Mary Folio's Everything is Figure Outable, right? And sometimes I just don't have the time to read the book. So now it's so amazing to have it on Audible. I think I might be subscribing to it in cooking definitely because I love it. And while I'm doing my dinner in the kitchen, I'm in there in the kitchen, I press play and I listen to the books, and it's so good. And obviously it's being read in the author's voice. So I'm listening to Michelle Obama reading her book, and and sometimes I'm coming close to tears because she's just like obviously she's a woman. She's just like everybody else. She's a mom, she's a wife, and even though she became the first lady, she was still a regular mom and wife. And it's so amazing the struggle that she went through, with her marriage, obviously, because when the husbands work all the time, it's so much on us, and she had to figure out. And one thing she said that stuck with me, and I always know that because that's just the way I live my life as well. And my mom is a huge advocate of this as well. Like, you are in charge of your own happiness. And she had to come to the realization of that as well, because her husband was off working every single time. It was just her and the girls. She was working, she was busy. And you know what? She started to resent him because he would find time to go to the gym, and he'd find time to have a cup of tea or whatever it was. And she was just always going. And she had to remind herself after she went to counseling and stuff like that, like, she's in charge of her own happiness. And so she started to implement things that made her happy. She started going back to the gym, even though she had to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to do it. Start going to the gym in the morning early. She hired a cook to come in and cook for them because she was just so busy. She wasn't able to cook. They were just doing so many fast foods. And you know what? She was working, so why not invest that? And it just reminded me of us women, like, we have to be reminded of this all the time. We've got to look out for ourselves. We've got to take care of ourselves, because we are the ones who are running this life. We're running this family. We are the head. We're the glue, right? And that's what I said in my blog post. We are the glue to most of our families. We are the ones who are doing everything, running all the wheels. Like, even my husband, who is swans on. Look, today I had to take he had to take Zaina to school. I had to make sure her milk was done, pack her bag, do this. I have to always think about it. And that's the thing with us moms, right? We have to be so much step ahead. So we always have to be switched on, even though we have husbands to support us. But we've got to just make sure that we are filling our cup up first before we can fill anybody else's. Hi, who's there? Always just give me a quick hello, even if you're jumping back on. I hope you come back on to watch the replay. Say hi, let me know you're there and that you are doing well. So back to the blog post. I have 5 tips here that I wanted to share with you to help you to be able to be in charge of your own happiness, to be able to protect yourself, to be able to choose you overall, right? So the first thing I have here is to love yourself unconditionally. Hello, like, to me, that is the end all and beginning of everything, because I always say, if you love yourself, if you feel worthy, if you know that you deserve the good things in life, you are going to find the time to do the things that you want to do. You are going to make that decision that you come first, all right? And so this is why we have to start with that self-love aspect of ourselves. We've got to figure out how to love ourselves unconditionally, regardless of the mistakes that we've made, regardless of what people say about us, regardless of the labels that we have, regardless of our experiences and our past experiences and failure. We've got to love ourselves enough to know that we are worthy of rest. We are worthy of getting our nails done if that's what we feel like doing. We're worthy of getting our eyebrows done. We're worthy of taking a couple minutes in a bath, right? We are worthy of eating healthy. We are worthy of exercising. Guys, let me tell you something. I don't really like exercising, I don't like to sweat. I'll tell you the truth. But you know what? I know that I deserve to look good and feel good. And that's why I get up every single day, put on my workout clothes, and do at least 15 to 30 minutes of workout in my home. I'm going to start the gym soon. I want to start the gym soon. But I do it every day religiously, because you know what? I know how I feel when I feel slimmed down and I feel trimmed and I'm fitting into my clothes amazingly well. And I look in the mirror and I look good. I know how it feels. I feel happy. And so I do what I gotta do, right? Without fail, I do it, because you know what? I know how I feel when I get it done. Eating healthy again. I love to snack. Ask anybody. Always have like cake. I love cake, honestly. I always have cake in my freezer. I always have ice cream in the freezer. But I'm so disciplined because I love myself enough to know I'm not gonna sit down and eat a whole thing of cake per day, because I know I'm gonna get bigger. So you know what? I will take a little bit of cake now, take a little bit tomorrow, take a little bit probably 3 days from now, and I will enjoy the things that I love. But I know that I'm gonna discipline enough because I love myself. I don't want to get fat. I don't want to get overweight. I don't want to get to a point where it is out of control. I have gained some weight, I know, but I'm working on that because I don't feel comfortable the way that I am. just yet. My goal weight, I'm getting there, right? So you've got to love yourself enough. And that's why I speak so much about loving yourself, because it's so important. It's like the end all and be all of everything in our lives, because if we do not feel worthy of the things that we're trying to achieve, then there's no way we're gonna get it, because our subconscious is just gonna reject the things that we want because we don't feel worthy of it. And that's something we've got to work on. So I keep telling myself every single day, I love me, I'm worthy of looking good, I'm worthy of feeling amazing, I'm worthy of walking down the street and people looking at me, because I love myself. You know what I mean? And that's where you need to get to in your life, right? Regardless of what. So that was my point number one. Point number two, always set boundaries. Always set boundaries with your people that you love. Always set boundaries with people in your life, new people, old people. Set boundaries so that people know what to expect. And one of my aunts, she had something up that really she had something on her display pic, and she probably didn't even say. I need to reach out to her and say that was an amazing piece of thing reminder there, because it just simply said that women who set boundaries are confident, right? They're not arrogant or something around that as usual, I'm gonna sneeze on life, obviously, excuse me. So setting boundaries is so important in our lives, right? And it doesn't mean that you're being arrogant, it doesn't mean that you're full of yourself. It just simply means that you are confident enough to know to tell people what to expect when it comes to you. For example, I have boundaries in the sense that I let people know, even though I'm at home every day with Zaina, I've got stuff doing. I literally do not sit here, especially my husband, I have to remind him all the time. Especially now that Zaina is in school, he keeps going like, oh, do this for me, do that for me. I'm like, I'm home, yes, but I'm doing stuff. I've got things that I am doing. I'm working on my business. I'm doing several things. I'm taking care of the home. I'm not sitting here watching television, right? And that's the thing, you've got to keep setting boundaries for people in your life. Let them know that you just don't have a bag of spare times, just doing nothing. And I know some people mean well, obviously they do, but it just makes it easier for you to be able to say, you know what, I'm so sorry, I can't help you out with this at this time, but at another time I can, because I'm doing this, right? I'm not saying don't compromise, but I'm just saying do not compromise to the point where you feel bad about what you're doing and you feel like if you weren't able to get the things that you wanted done in your life. People always ask me like, how do you get so much stuff done? And it's because I set boundaries when it comes to my time. My time is so important to me because it's so limited, right? And it's obviously, it goes by so quickly, and I have so many things that I need to do throughout the day, and so I set boundaries. It is so important, ladies. I don't say this to say be mean and don't compromise and don't help people, but you've got to be able to protect yourself and your time, as well as the things that you need to do as well, right? That's point number two. Point number three, don't be afraid to speak up, right? If you want to choose you, you've got to speak up. Honestly, if you want to choose you and be the most important person in your life, you've got to speak up, because people are going to obviously do and say things to you that they expect that you're gonna just be okay with. For example, as I said before, spouses, they take us for granted sometimes, right? They go like, oh, you do this and you do that, can you do this for me, can you do that for me? Sometimes I have to speak up. I want to be helpful to my husband. I know he thinks that I'm home all day, he's at work, but sometimes I have to say to him, hubby, I know that you think that I'm doing stuff, but I do have some stuff I want to get done today. If I have some time, I will try and see if I can get this done for you, right? Speak up. Do not just allow people to tell you what to do and to do certain things when you know within yourself that you are not capable to do it, or you don't have the time to do it, or you will do it at another time, right? You've got to find your own voice, and it all comes back to you feeling worthy and deserving of the things that you want in your life. You're going to set boundaries and you're going to speak up for your rights, right? There's a song that goes back home like speaking for your rights, and it's so true. Like, as women, if you want to be able to choose you, you've got to speak up. You've got to say, hey, wait a minute, I'm so sorry, I have this to do, and if I have some time, I will try and see if I can get yours done. Simple as that. Okay, now people might come across, you may come across as being mean, you may come across as being whatever it is, and that's the thing. You've got to reach to the point where, you know what, it does not matter what other people think. What matters is how you feel. Do you feel good within yourself? Do you feel happy that you've made that choice? If you have, then that is the right choice. It all comes down to how you feel. And again, it stems back to loving yourself. Okay, loving yourself. If I know I love myself so much, I'm not going to overwork myself. I'm not going to bend over backwards where I know I'm not going to be feeling happy after that. I'm not going to say yes to things that I know it doesn't work well with me. It does not make me feel good about me. And that's the thing. You've got to speak up, be able to say no, be able to say not this time, whatever it may be. And let's go on to number 4. Number 4, a reminder, you cannot pour from an empty cup. I say this all the time. Fill your cup so that you can then pour over into other people's cup. And I don't mean other people as your neighbor or your friend. I mean your family, your husband, your kids. You want to have the energy to be with them. You want to have the energy to play with them. You want to have the energy to sit up and watch TV at night with your spouse where you can chat and you can reconnect right after a long day. You want to be able to do those things. And for you to be able to do that, you need to step back and take time for yourself. Throughout the day, as I said before, when I'm doing dinner, if I have a really busy day, when I'm doing dinner, I put on my Audible and I listen to a book that really inspires me, makes me feel good about myself. After dinner, sometimes I may just take a time out and watch a show that I love for like an hour, setting a time frame on that, right? And that rejuvenates me, that makes me feel good about me, right? I put my foot up, I do something that makes me feel good, and therefore I know that I am pouring back into my cup that has been replenished, that has been what's that word, deprived throughout the day, and I'm replenishing myself, right, from the little things that are making me happy throughout the day. Pour into your own cup, guys. I know as women, we want to do well, we have no choice sometimes. We have to do everything. And I know we're in situations where sometimes our husbands are working around the clock. We don't have we don't really have families around to help us the way that we want to. It's all on us. I understand. But I also understand that if you are being cranky, if you're overwhelmed, if you're stressed, you're not fun to be around. Your kids are probably going to be like, oh my gosh, mommy is not happy. I don't really want to aggravate mommy even more. All right. This is what I'm saying, right? Do not come to the point where you feel overwhelmed, you feel stressed, you feel overrun, that you do not have energy for the people in your life, which is the time, the connection, right? The time that you need to spend to play, to be patient. People always ask me like, you're so patient with Zaina. And Zaina is a high energy child. She's always going, right? And I am patient because I know within myself that I'm settled, I'm happy, I'm relaxed. I take time for me. So that I just say to her father, can you just have her for a minute? Can you have her for like an hour? I leave them downstairs and I go upstairs and I just relax by myself, right? Because I need that. Sometimes I'm like, oh my days, Zaina, you're stressing me, right? But that is when I know I need to be able to replenish myself again. I need to probably take a snack. I love snacking. Have a time, have a snack. Put on a telly, what's something that I love for a bit. As I said before, listen to my Audible. I may go and, whatever it may be, read my book for a bit. I might speak to somebody on my phone. Whatever it may be, that's the time out for me. And I really ensure I enjoy the things that I am doing, so that when I go back to what I need to do, I feel happy that I've just had 5 minutes or 10 minutes to myself, and I come back now knowing that I feel refreshed and ready and energized again. All right. So remember, again, I know it's an old saying, we hear it all the time, pour into your own cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Okay. That is number 4. That's a good reminder. And last and finally, number 5, it is always prioritize yourself. Now you're probably saying, how do I do that? Right, that's the problem. I don't know how to do that. How do you do it? Is that you set that as a non-negotiable, and it stems back to number 1. Love yourself unconditionally. If you love yourself, you will prioritize yourself. Same how I say, if you love exercise, if you love, let's say for example, I don't know, you love yoga, you will prioritize yoga. If you know that you love to run, for example, I don't really love to run or exercise. I do it because I have to. But if you say, for example, you love to do it, you will find a way to do it all the time. It will be a non-negotiable to you. And that's one of the things that I love about men. Men, because their minds, they think absolutely differently. They always think about themselves, which is not always a bad thing, right? Because they're making sure they take care of themselves. We might be like, they're so selfish, men are so selfish, they do everything for themselves. But guess what? That's why they are continuously going about. That's why sometimes our men could come home and laugh with us, and be like totally cool with us when we know that they're going through such a stressful time, right? But it's because they take time for themselves. Well, I don't want to generalize, to be honest, most men, but my husband is like that. He does not stress, he doesn't seem stressed about a lot of things, and it's because he takes time for himself. Sometimes at night when I'm upstairs watching my TV show, he's downstairs playing music, and that's his distressor. He takes a nap, he does whatever he has to do, he goes for a run, right? He takes time for himself, and therefore he's prioritizing himself. I always say to him, like, how do you get so much stuff done? And it's because he prioritizes the things that he needs to do. And that's something I think us women, we need to be able to do. We need to be able to prioritize ourselves and prioritize the things that we love, and do them with as a non-negotiable, right? Like for example, you wake up, for example, for example, it's a day, and when it's a day, the sun is gonna come up. Without a doubt, the sun is gonna come up, and that's how you have to live your life, right? Like, that you love to do certain things, you need to make it a non-negotiable throughout your day, right? Let's say, for example, you booked an art class for once a week, but yet you just feel like if you don't have time to go to this art class, you love to go to art class, but you just don't have the time. If you love it, you will make time for it. You will be like, you know what, this is my schedule on a Wednesday. I have art class at 1 p.m. Maybe I need to book a babysitter for that at 1 p.m. Maybe I need to nip off work early at 1 p.m. Maybe I need to use my lunch hour at 1 p.m. Whatever it may be, it is a non-negotiable. Anything else could happen during a day, but you've got to go to your art class because that's your you time. That's what you love to do. Now, that may be a bit extreme. As I said before, we can do smaller things. We can do the little things that lights us up. Maybe you like a particular lipstick and it's a bit pricey, right? Maybe you like this peony lip shade and it's a bit more than you would spend, but you like it. You can always get that lipstick. It's not like if you're getting it every single day, not like if you're getting it every month, it's gonna last you a couple months. You can go out on a limb and you can get it. Maybe you like to listen to music, but you just don't seem to have the time. For example, my husband stays down here at night and listen to music. You can listen to music on your car journey. You can listen to it while you're doing the dishes. You can listen to it while you're having a shower, whatever it may be, right? You can slip it in because it's a non-negotiable. Whatever happens throughout the day, you've got to have it, and that's just the way it is. Always put you first, and remember, it is not selfish, it's selfless, because when you put yourself first, you are then able to go out and do all the many roles that you have to do. You can do your job, you can be a mother, you can be a wife, you can be a sister, you can be a friend, whatever it may be. You can do all the roles that you need to do like an octopus, because you know that you have poured into you. You feel rejuvenated. Your spirit, your mind, your body is refreshed. You have done and taken care of you. And that's why I am such a huge advocate now for Arbonne, because I know that these are the things that I have been using without even realizing it. I have been implementing them throughout my daily routine, throughout my self-care routine, or whatever it may be. And now I want to step it up. I do a lot of things on my own. Like, for example, I do my workouts on my own. I will try and look at my nutrition on my own. But since I've had say now, I've been struggling with this 5 pounds that needs to be gone, right? And that is why I'm going to be implementing a little bit more of the protein powder from Arbonne. I'm going to join the gym soon, and very soon, probably when it gets warmer a little bit. I'm going to step up a bit on my hydration and try and cut back a bit more on my snacking and stuff like that, right? Because I know the way that I want to feel, I know the way that I want to look, and therefore I'm going to do it because I love myself enough to get to it. Okay, so those are my 5 tips to help you to choose you, to protect your peace, to protect your happiness, and to protect your energy. And I'll go through them again. Number 1 is loving yourself unconditionally. That is so important. And if you need help with that, reach out to me. I can assist you, honestly, because I just find like these things just come naturally to me. But I know a lot of people struggle with these things, and it's okay to get help. It's okay to reach out and say, you know what, I am struggling with this at this point in time, and I would really like you to assist me. Honestly, I will have great pleasure, great joy in helping you, because I know at the end of the day how you're going to feel. That's number 1. Number 2, setting boundaries. Be able to set boundaries for yourself, and therefore the ones around you will respect you for it. Okay. Number 3, don't be afraid to speak up. Speak up for your rights. Talk for your rights, as they say, right, in politics. You've got to speak up. When things are not going your way, it's okay to say, hang on a minute, I don't really agree with this. This is not what I really feel comfortable with, and I wonder if you'll be able to do it this and this way, right? You can always give a solution to a problem. It's okay. They can say no, they can say yes, but at the end of the day, you have come up with a different solution to what you has not gone down right with you, okay? Number 4, remembering that you cannot pour from an empty cup. And obviously, as I said before, filling up your cup, how you can do that, I just shared a bit on that as well. And then number 5 is always prioritizing yourself. I don't know, that word kind of just stumbled on me there. Prioritizing yourself. And that means making yourself a priority. You are number 1. You are number 1. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror tonight and go, you are number 1. You are number 1. You are special. You are important. You are worthy. You are loved. Simple as that. I want you to remind yourself of that today. And therefore, the things that you love as well, the things that are going to make you happy, are also non-negotiables. They are just the way it has to be. They exist in your life, and there's no other reason why except because you love them. And that's all that you have to say. If somebody says to you, why is it that you have to take a bath every single week or whatever for an hour? Because I love to. Why is it that you have to get your nails done every 2 weeks? Because I love to, and that is enough. Why is it that you have to listen to Audible or whatever books while you do it? Because I love it, and that's the reason. Simple as. Okay, that's the thing. It's a non-negotiable. All right, so that is it for me today. I'm gonna go now and do my social media post before I start preparing dinner. Well, I'm gonna listen to my Michelle Obama book. I'm not finished this yet, and I'm gonna prepare for my hypnobirthing call later this afternoon. And then after that, I'm gonna put my feet up and watch a show. I've been watching Jack Ryan. It's been amazing. It was such a great show. Only 2 seasons though. I've been watching it on Amazon Prime, so that's what we've been watching for the last couple nights. It's finished now last night, so I'm gonna have to look for a new show. I also love Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. That is so funny. So funny. That's another show that I love as well. But the season is finished. I'm gonna have to look for something else to watch tonight. Yeah, that is the plans. That's my plans for the rest of the afternoon. What about you? Let me know what you guys are up to. I want you to share with me some of the things that you do for your self-care routine. And I know some people think when you hear self-care routine, it sounds like this big thing. Oh, you've got a routine. It doesn't mean that. It just simply means, what is it that you do to kick back, to relax, to replenish your cup? What are some of the things that you love to do? That's just it. And that you actually get to do, that you make time to do, that you prioritize to do. So let me know. I want to hear from you. And if you have any questions about this live, I want you to reach out to me. You could post on the page, or you can reach out to me on Messenger. I'm always just a click away. Go ahead. If you haven't read the post, go on to my blog post. I will put the link above in the description, and I will speak with you ladies soon. Okay, have a wonderful afternoon and a wonderful weekend, because tomorrow is Friday. Bye.